in Elwynn Forest, there are going to be 22 chests. Psych! There are 26 treasure chests you can find in Elwynn Forest as you level through the starting zone. Now, I kind of made a boo-boo on the last couple starting zone videos. I'd forgotten about the 1 to 5 zone and 3 other zones other than Elwynn Forest that have treasure chests. Once I saw them, I remembered and was like, of course. So I'll be covering those in the next video, but without further ado, let's see what you can expect to find in these chests and take a look at where they're all located. In these starting zone areas, these treasure chests are consistent with all the other starting zone areas in the fact that they drop the same loot. You're always guaranteed 4 items, a consumable, a green item, a regent, and then a white or gray item. And then you've got a 25% chance always to get a health pot, and you always have a 0.5% chance to get malachite, 2 different recipes, in that 6-slot bag. Alright, let's do some theory crafting, and let's look specifically at the green weapons because, like I've said previously, they are the most advantageous at this low level, and see who can use these weapons and what you could possibly do to train for these weapons. So for the human warrior, they start out knowing how to use one-handed axes, maces, and swords. And lucky enough for all the humans, the weapon master in Stormwind can teach you how to use one and then that two-handed sword. So if you find that two-handed sword while you're leveling through Elwynn, you can just run into Stormwind real quick, train it for a quick 10 silver. So kind of pricey, but you can make it happen. For the paladin, you have 1 and 2-handed maces. And again, that 1 and 2-handed sword proficiency, you're going to be able to train in Stormwind. Now, of course, rogues start out knowing how to use daggers and thrown weapons, and they can learn how to use one-handed swords. So if you find this sword, run into Stormwind real quick, learn it. Now, my favorite one, check this out, warlocks. They know how to use daggers and staves, but I don't know why this is a reality, because priests can't use one-handed swords, but warlocks can. So this is kind of a fun thing. You can choose whether or not you think it's an advantage because the warlock typically is a caster, and even at low levels, but look at the weapon damage difference between what you're normally going to have leaving the starting zone and the one-handed sword that you could find in the chest. If you think it's a big enough advantage for you, learn it in Stormwind, 10 silver, you're good to go. Let's talk about the chests you're going to encounter in the 1 to 5 human starting zone. First off, you're going to end up in the Old Mine doing some quests, and there's 2 chests in this cave. Whenever you come in here, you're going to want to take that first right, check and see if the chest is right here. If not, of course, just go back all the way in the back of the cave. There's going to be a second chest available for you. Once you get out of the Old Mine, you're going to end up being sent over to the east and fighting off these Defias thugs. And these 2 chests are completely exposed, and it's in the starting zone, so if you end up stumbling upon any of these, it's going to be purely by luck, but if you do, it's going to give you a huge advantage, and then if you have saved up 10 silver by the time you hit level 5, and say you're a warlock, and you want to be able to use that one-handed sword you found, run straight to Stormwind, and you're going to have a better time leveling in the rest of Elwynn Forest. Scratch that. That's not going to be possible on a fresh server, just because I know I've leveled so many characters, 1 to 5. You're going to need money to train your abilities, so if it's your first character on the realm, this isn't going to be viable, or if you do save up that 10 silver, you can learn it, but you won't have any money for your abilities. But say you have an alt, this is your alt character, you can send money to that character, pick it up in the mailbox in Stormwind, learn that proficiency, and you got it. Right off the bat, as soon as you leave the starting zone, you have a chance to pick up this chest. It's going to be surrounded by 3 level 5 and 6 Defias cut purses. Now, the only way you're going to get this, in my opinion, is if you stay in that 1 to 5 area, hit level 6, learn those level 6 abilities, and then if you do a little bit of maneuvering, you'll be able to take on these 3 mobs and take this chest. So, what's the first thing you do when you get to Goldshire? Other than picking up your quests, it's going to be to run straight in this direction. There's a chest hidden. Not hidden, it's exposed completely by itself. If it's there, it's an easy pickup. Go for it. Alright, this next little piece isn't chest related, but it is weapon related, and it's why we're going for the chest. So if you continue going a little bit more west after this treasure chest, you're going to find Morgane the Sly surrounded by 8, 9, and 10 mobs. She's a 10 rare spawn herself. You're really going to come here and say you're duo leveling, you got a buddy with you. This is a sweet opportunity to come and get the jeweled dagger. It's got a low drop rate, like 20%, but it's kind of a fun thing to do, change it up a little bit, and an opportunity to get a sweet dagger. Alright boys, yo, I thought this was a bug whenever I first saw it, and you're probably thinking the same thing, but no, there are actually 3 chests cluttered together in Crystal Lake. Now you might be thinking, well, that's stupid, why would they put all 3 chests? I'm about to show you why. If you've never heard about the Murlocs, you don't know why the Murlocs are so famous, this is the reason why. Check this out. Granted, you're going to be level 6 whenever you do this. Whenever you pull one of these Murlocs, you pull the whole family. And it doesn't look that bad. Watch this, dude. Look at the army. Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it. Look at the army of Murlocs. This is insane. And the funny thing is, you'd end up killing 1 or 2 of these guys, and you just ran out of mana. They take off, they got a freaking fast runaway speed. They pull a friend, 2 or 3 friends, and you're toast. Anyways, Crystal Lake, there's 3 chests here. Probably gonna need some help if you think you're gonna get a chance at one of these. Happy Murloc hunting. One of the first questing areas in Elwynn Forest is Fargo Deep Mine. Now, this place is loaded, and it can kind of get confusing inside. So, whenever you pick up this first chest just outside, I prefer to go and start at the bottom level rather than the top. And if you do go start from the bottom, you're going to come in and you want to take this first right, and there's going to be a treasure chest hidden at the end of the trail. And then once you come out, you'll go straight and you're going to run straight into Goldtooth. He's got a treasure chest right next to him, and Goldtooth is used for one of the quests in Goldshire. Now, continue walking through the cave, and you're going to come on the second level, or the top level, and you're going to want to take a left, or if you were to come in from the top, you'd take your first right. And this is going to take you all the way to the end of a trail, where you'll find the last chest in here, and then Narg the Taskmaster, a rare spawn. He drops a white mace, but nothing significant. After you finish up in Fargo Deep Mine, you might want to go past McClure Vineyards and head over to Jared's Landing. It's this little dock port. It's got 3, should be level 8 mobs that walk around the house, and then a level 10 dockmaster inside. And you can probably maneuver around that 3-man mob and just take on the level 10, and that treasure chest is going to be found inside. Alright, in the southern westmost corner, we've got 2 chests. You're going to visit this area right before you go to Westfall. So you can expect to be level 10 by now, but you're going to have these level 8, 9, and 10 gnolls surrounded in packs of 3 and 4 around these treasure chests. It's right next to our famous boy Hogger, but keep a lookout for these 2 chests before you head into Westfall. Another questing area is going to be Jasper Old Mine. Now just outside of the mine to the east, there's going to be this little camp. You might even be able to sneak this chest from this group of mobs just by sneaking up behind this tent. But once you go into Jasper Old Mine, it's really simple. You're going to head straight, take your second right, grab this first chest here, and then go through this little tunnel right here, and you're going to find your last chest in the back of the cave. Now, normally there's Motherfang, a rare spawn spider here. She doesn't drop anything in particular. Morgane was the only one that dropped a weapon of value. All the other rare spawns in this zone, they don't drop anything of value, but make sure you go to the end of this cave and get these 2 chests. While you're in this area, you might think about just heading directly east and running over to Hero's Vigil, this little island that's surrounded by water. In terms of speed leveling, you wouldn't normally do this, but this game's all about having fun, right? But this chest is so wide open, and in this vicinity, you can go look for this chest, pocket a quick green item, maybe a 6-slot bag, go on your way. If you head a little bit north, you're going to find this little camp full of level 8, 9, and 10 gnolls, and then possibly, a level 12 rare spawn, Fedfennel. Now, he does have a slight chance to drop an 8-slot bag, but you're really going to want to have a buddy here if you go for this chest found in this camp. Our next 2 chests are going to be found just north of the Eastvale logging camp, and I guarantee you everyone's going to visit this spot. It's a main questing spot. And I think I got it on video right here. You're going to find the remains of this guy. It's another quest just to say that you're going to be in this area, You got the Murlocs, 2 treasure chests, easily exposed if you can fight them off. Good luck. Our next chest is going to be found in this barn inside Brackenwell Pumpkin Patch. Now, you're going to be running on this road and you're going to pass this barn a couple times, so this is what's going to separate you from the noobs and the guys who watch Graves for days. Fingers crossed this chest is spawned. Go look for it. Alright. We're down to our last 2 chests, of course found in a Murloc Camp. And again, these guys have no fear. If you can take them down, you're going to get their loot. The chests are completely exposed. And then, check this out. I know that you're going to be questing in this area in Duskwood at, say, level 20, 25. And if you have the enchanting skill, this is worth knowing because you can pick up 2 free chests, 2 low-level green items. You're going to get some strange dust. But because you know where these chests are, you're going to be ahead of the game. That was a bit of a stretch. I hope y'all like my theory crafting. That's going to end our video. Yes, it feels good to be done. It's our last video for the starter zones, for the battered chest videos. On these next videos, I get to look at some new loot finally. So keep a lookout for those. It's gonna be fun. It's the new year. It's almost the new year. It's almost 2019. And boy, is it gonna be a good one. Boy, is it gonna be a good one. Stick around. Grace for Days. Brand new. I'm a week out. Check me out on Instagram. I'm posting on there a lot. I just created a Discord. New year, new content. Let's go. Let me hear your thoughts. Come and talk to me. Love to interact with you guys. See you guys next year in about 20 minutes.